Okay, so I'm going to grab a third white label supplier. I'm going to grab Fastenal to start, but you can use many. I think Mauser is another one. Anybody that sells a product, doesn't manufacture them themselves, and keywords you'll look for are like featured manufacturers or key suppliers, things like that. We'll use Fastenal to start. By the end of this video, I'll also show you how to find these white label suppliers, because that's a whole problem of its own. But I will show you how to look for those as well. And what we're looking for is like a data sheet. They could call it spec sheet, fact sheet. It's usually with a SKU code. And if you go to like view details or something like that, then you'll find it. So here they call it the Fastenal product standard. Make sure you grab two. The reason being is you want to compare to see if they're similar. The logic being if they're similar, there's some investment on behalf of the white label supplier to make sure they're predictable. There's probably a tech writer or somebody maintaining those. I'm just going to grab like a heavy hex cap. And these do look the same. Some small differences, probably just a change log. Yeah. Once you've found those and you've confirmed that they are similar, it's probably a good candidate. You just need to ask yourself, is this something you actually want to make? And if that's a yes, then check the pay. So you can just check technical writer and the white label supplier that you looked for, and that usually is good enough. If not, just add a keyword for salary or pay scale. In this case, I'm not American, so I can't speak to if this is true or not, but it's a good starting point. Just compare with other ones like Glassdoor, Indeed, and get an idea of where the range might be. Another one is to check LinkedIn. I'm going to blur this gentleman's information out, but I mean, it is LinkedIn, so there might not be an expectation of privacy. I'll do what I can. And what we're looking for to see is basically if the role does exist and what are they called? Is it stable? How long have they been there? And what tools do they use? Once you've kind of figured that out, you can piece together, does it pay enough? Can I use these tools? And am I actually interested in making that? And if that's all a yes, then you can add that to your watch list as a candidate for career pages to keep an eye out for. The reason again being that they don't typically post on jobs for LinkedIn or Indeed. Sometimes it's only on their career pages. It's kind of a hidden industry. Another trick we'll do is we'll use a file type search. We'll look for docx or file type PDF. Two very common outputs for this industry. Even if you use Madcap or Madcap Flare or FrameMaker, PDF and docx seem to be very popular for like hardware engineers and just kind of like this industry as a whole. I'm not quite sure why yet. I've yet to figure that out. If you know, let me know. I'm gonna look for datasheets. Datasheet actually, or datasheet, the space. This will return a lot of results. And what you can do is like Texas Instrument as an example is a key example of somebody who cranks out really nice data sheets, but they use professional software, still in PDF though. But you can get an idea of companies that might be worth checking out and keeping an eye on. Let's take a look at these ones. So there's TI. Here's another one. And this is a more high design one. Cool. Okay, so that's another way to go about doing it. And you can do the same process, check salary, check LinkedIn. But I'll show you another way. Now I'm in a small town and around me there's certain businesses. So you could also just take a walk, go for a drive and see what's around you. So this is nearby me. They don't manufacture any of the lumber, they just kind of sell it. They have connections with suppliers, and again, it's the same process. We'll want to check their products, see if they have a data sheet. In this case, they have a really basic, bare bone catalog almost. Because again, why order from them if you can order straight from the supplier? So they don't want to reveal all that, but they do have a page that's called suppliers, and that's what you want to keep an eye on for as well. If they have this, it's a dead giveaway that they probably have some need for tech writers on the back end though, the suppliers themselves. So you have to take a look at them. Bear with the loading time here. So here is a supplier and I'm going to look for, just go for, I don't know, general hardware, pull handles. Same process again. We're looking for a fact sheet, data sheet, spec sheet, whatever it's called. Just taking a second. Okay, cool. And there's the keyword right here, documentation and installation instructions. Cool, perfect. This is very similar to what you'd find on Amazon. As an example, most products come with like a quick start guide or a kind of like high design desktop published infographic rather than a manual, but this is still in a tech writer's wheelhouse. If you're very keen on making these with like Illustrator or InDesign, you can even use some 3D rendering software. I think Shaper 3D is an example that can generate these from a CAD model. Then this is still, in a tech writer's wheelhouse. The job roles might be called something different, and I'll post a list of them, what they might be called. But again, same process. Take a look at this, check the pay, see if the job exists on LinkedIn, and if it's something you want to do, then keep an eye on their website, on their career pages, add it to your watch list. But the final way I told you that I'd kind of touch on this in the beginning of the video was, how do you find these if you don't know any of the white label suppliers? And I kind of just said it like a moment ago, check Amazon. You'll probably find something very similar to this, where on Amazon, they'll have some sort of document that's attached to it. Great way to find it as well. So hopefully that helps. I will add a list of the job titles to keep an eye on. And yeah, good luck.